Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a milk carton box with the hand-penned petals stamp all the way around, and I've coloured all 4 sets of my flowers with blends. So I went balmy blue, flirty flamingo, highland heather, and so saffron on this. And the paper, not that you can see in the light, is actually the shimmer white. So I think you could see it sort of on the highland heather. You possibly aren't seeing it. You can see it in real life. It twinkles a little bit, not quite Wink of Stella, but twinkly enough. So you need to score first, because I've sized my box specifically to fit the stamp set. As you can see, that is an absolute perfect fit. So 8 by 10.5 inches, 20 by 27.5 centimetres. Don't worry about writing anything down, it's all on my blog. Click open the description bar down here and you will see a hyperlink directly to this blog post, to this project, and as a blog post, and you can watch the video with the instructions underneath. Okay, so we're going to do the short side first. So this is the 8-inch side. So score it at 2.5, 6.5, turn the paper over and score it at 7.5, and in metric that's 6.5, 16, turn it over and score it at 18.5, and that's how we get this nice close here, this nice finish that's not zooming. There it is. It's a nice crisp finish there. Okay, so you want to come back so that little short line is at the top. So you've got short, medium, big, smaller. That's at the top. And on this side, we're going to score it at 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10 inches. There's somebody walking by my front door. It's making my phone vibrate. Sorry, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10, and in metric 6.5, 13, 19.5, and 26. While we're still on this side, down to this horizontal line here, score it at 1.25 and at 6.25, which in metric is 3.25 and 16.25. Okay, and I don't know that you're going to see that, especially as it doesn't want to focus. There's a little score line there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler and go from there to there and there to there on both of those parts. And again, it's to get this beautiful professional finish here. So if I do that now, and hopefully you can see that. So there's a score line there and there, and that will just help everything when we come to close it. Now, I'm not burnishing this yet. I want to stamp first, and I've sized it for this bigger, the bigger of the 2 flowers, or the 2 clusters of flowers. Oh, kitten's fallen on something. So the block I've chosen is an E block, and so that I can see all the way round the stamp easily, I'm going to get my Memento, because I want to use the blends pens. And obviously what I've created with my score lines are 4 boxes across the front. And so I'm going to line this up and do my best not to get my head in the viewfinder. Press firmly, and that is inside. So I'm going to ink up again. And this time I'm going to flip it so these 2 large petals are at the top. And if I bring it down this way, then I can see without you getting the top of my head in view. Oh, I went a little bit high on that one. Not to worry. Do you know what? I've actually scored it wrong. I've just realised I've scored wrong. I've scored at 6.5 and I shouldn't have scored at 6.5. Oh well. We get to see two variations. I wondered why there was a bit of a gap. So I've scored too far. Score at 2.5 and then, oh, it's 6 inches, not 6.5. Let me get my notes, make my changes. On the long side, 6 inches, 15 centimetres. Oh, cat bite. I will make sure that those are corrected on the blog. Oh well, we'll see a slight variation. Okay, so I'm going to press that down because I want this to dry really well before I start colouring. Probably should have thought about that first. But you know what? I would give it, if you were to do this yourself, give it a little longer to dry than I'm going to. So what colour shall I choose this time? I'm going to pull out Fresh Freesia. I'm going to grab, is that Polished Pink? Polished Pink. Shall I go for Pale Papaya? We'll do that. What other colour shall I use? I might use, well, I was going to say Mint Macaron, but I won't because I will colour the leaves with that. Shall I go Pool Party? Do we think Pool Party will work with those? Why not? Okay. So, for me, the way I do flowers or any kind of blends work is that I follow the centre of the flowers. So I'm just following what's already given to me. So I start with the dark and then go over a bit of it with the light. Obviously at this stage it's easy for me to stay within the lines. Okay, bit of light, come back in with a bit of dark, just sort of almost reiterating where I've been before. And you're literally blending it out, blending that colour out. It's not quite moving it around, but it's helping to spread it, I would say. And there are far more, there are other demonstrators who are far more skilled at this than I am. Who do the most amazing blends work, but this is what I find works for me because, you know, I'm no artist. But just working like this and going quite quickly, and it means I get a nice effect. I think little Fauna is wanting to play and there's nobody who wants to play with her. So that's the Polished Pink one done. I'm going to go Fresh Freesia next, and again just the same, put the dark down where there are already dark parts on the flowers, and then you kind of come in over with the light. So, I thought I'd have a little chatter to you today while I do this. By all means, fast forward and watch the end result, but yeah, I thought I'd have a little chatter. So, I've been a demo just over 8 years now, and it really has been the best thing that I ever did. When I joined, I had no expectations. I had done direct sales party plan before. I did it for a makeup company. They're no longer going now, but I did it for a makeup company. And I found it was a really hard sell. The expectation was that I went out and did dozens of parties, that I was doing, you know, 3 or 4 parties a week. And I was heavily pregnant with my second son when I finished, and I vowed never to join a direct sales company again. Not because it was direct sales, but because I didn't want that. I didn't want this unbearable pressure to go and do parties and workshops and drive for hours, and which is what I did. I enjoyed it, enjoyed the makeup parties and things, and I went on to have a career as a makeup artist, kind of, I guess, born off the back of that. But I didn't want, you know, I was travelling. I got to the point where I was travelling an hour to do one party, and now for us in the UK, travelling an hour to do a party, quite the distance. And I was just like, nope, that's it. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to be under any pressure. And obviously I chose to join Stampin' Up, but I was under just, you know, for me, I was just going to do some craft fairs, and I was going to sell some finished notebooks and bags and gift boxes, and that had been my plan. But obviously, as you can see, I do videos, and that kind of came about because my husband was working the craft fair season. He used to work, well, he still works shifts, but he worked awkward shifts with his old company, and he used to work some or all of 5 out of 9 weekends, and it would be 5 on the trot. So I had a little bit of a change, and I did videos. And I know I hear it from quite a few of my team, and I'm sure you all probably follow some of my team too on their videos, but people are always terrified of the thought of doing videos. But for me, and I was still working in the beauty industry, I was seeing loads of people doing beauty blogs and vlogs, and while that's not something I ever wanted to do, so no, you'll never find a makeup video out there for me, just the thought of doing videos, I thought, well, I'll have a go, see what happens in the craft world with videos. And yeah, I didn't expect there to be anybody following me. I thought, you know, my mum, a couple of my friends might follow me. And I have found that doing videos has been the best thing ever for my morale as much as anything. I'm not the most confident person in the world, and Shy is my middle name. But it's meant that I've been able to connect with lots of people that I would otherwise probably have been too shy to talk to. Ooh, so pool party isn't showing up very well. I hope as I build it, it will. So yeah, I'm very shy, and when I meet somebody in real life, I tend to go into verbal overdrive. Nerves. So this has been a way for me to do what I love doing, and that's crafting and sharing, but without the fear factor of being in real life. I think that's the only way to say it. And obviously my confidence has grown now. I don't feel a complete fraud doing videos. As a semi-new crafter doing videos, I felt a little bit of a fraud. But you know, we all start somewhere. I'd never picked up a rubber stamp before joining Stampin' Up. I'd certainly never done anything like this before. Oops, wrong end. Yeah, I'd never, you know, beyond the bit of colouring that you do at school, I'd never done anything like this. So, yeah, I have to say, joining has been a good thing all round, and obviously it supports my family as well. This is mint macaron I'm working with now. But yeah, I'm glad I made the choice. I'm glad I made the decision. And yeah, best thing ever. I get to be creative, but I also get to do the other part of what I thoroughly enjoy doing. And I'm a real figures girl. I love a spreadsheet. Give me a spreadsheet and I'm a happy girl. So you know, I thoroughly enjoy doing that side of what I do, and tracking and statistics, and working with my team as well. They're a remarkable group. At the point in time I'm filming this, so I'm filming this 2 weeks before you're seeing it, I think. But yeah, I'm about to do a team weekend with my team, funnily enough, online. So it's a mixture of Zoom and live broadcasting. But yeah, I get to work with them too. So I have lots of different aspects to my job. I get to write. I was very much involved in creative writing when I was younger, and kind of drifted away from it as I got older. And not that I particularly do creative writing in terms of making up stories or anything like that, but I enjoy doing the blog posts that I share with everybody as well. So yeah, multifaceted job that I love doing. And look at that, I've chatted away and done all my flowers for you. Right, let me zoom back out again. So I think probably what I'm trying to say, it's the best job I've ever had, and I don't want to change it ever. Okay, so let's now burnish all of these. And like I say, I got that in the wrong place. Oops. We'll see what the slightly different version looks like. But yeah, if you want to join it and you want to get involved in doing the kind of thing I do, let me know. Please let me know. Okay, so this is the top. I'm going to take a tiny bit off there and miter that, and then cut that bit away, and then just cut straight up the last remaining 3. So that's a tiny little wedge off the top, a bit off the bottom, and then all of those. Okay, so I'm going to grab some tear and tape. Okay, so that is the back, and I know that because it's got a flat bit, and there's a flat bit there. So 2 sides and the back in. Fold that up, and now this is probably going to concertina considerably smaller than I wanted it to be. Yeah, that's gone way too low. So I wonder how I can adapt that. This is what you get when you score ½ inch too low. How can I fix that? Okay. Yours will concertina together nicely and neatly and look like that, but I'm going to see if I can fix this somehow. So I want that to fold in. Let's get rid of those bits. I fold that, that should go like that. I probably just need to take those off completely, don't I? Yeah, that's going to have to come off completely. Well, you get the idea of what I was aiming for. I'm not going to waste all that stamping though. No fear. I'll take that off. Get rid of that bit. How to fix a project in 15 complicated steps. That kind of works. It's not what I was aiming for. I wanted that beautiful top, but you can see where I've gone wrong. I've scored ½ an inch too tall. There you go. You can see the difference at the bottom, but Do you know what? It was a nice opportunity to chat to everybody and mess up my project. But anyway, I hope you like my project. Thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed and you stay to listen to me chatter on for a bit. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.